Good for you.
Palisade ciders are the best.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Snellings.
Present.
Harris.
Here.
Behrens.
Here.
Keating.
Present.
Weigman.
Present.
Throm.
Here.
Schrader.
Present.
Gurecki. Quorum is present.
Thank you. First up, we have approval of minutes from the regular meeting June 23rd.
Move to approve regular minutes, June 23rd, 2025 meeting as written.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next up, we have approval of minutes for the special meeting July 8th.
Move to approve minutes from July 8th special meeting. Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
Thank you. And last up, we have approval of minutes for the special meeting July 10th.
Move to approve minutes from special meeting July 10th. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
Thank you. Next up, we have public comments. Anyone who would like to come forward at this time can speak to a maximum of 5 minutes. Please give your name, address, and ward. Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. We have no notices nor hearings. Business and discussion items. First up, we have the 7th Annual Pony Express Half Marathon and 5K. Is there anyone here to speak on that? No, it does not appear. I think this is substantially similar to the request in previous years. I don't think there's anything new here.
Move to approve the request for St. Gregory's the Great.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
Yep. Next up, we have the 12th Annual Pony Express 120 Gravel Dash, September 5th and 6th. Would anyone like to come forward and talk about that? Wayne, Mark? You don't, and look, if you...
We can if you need us.
If anybody has any questions, there are people here to represent that. But again, this is substantially similar to previous years. It's a marquee event that fills our hotels and brings in good revenue to the community.
Move to approve the 12th Annual Pony Express 120 Gravel Dash, September 5th and 6th.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
Thank you. Next up, we have the Police Department request for City Park and Pool for National Night Out on August 5th.
Move to approve the request.
Do you have any,
Unless you want to talk.
you want to pull your motion? Okay.
Leave it.
Okay, so yeah, we pretty much need to reserve the park on August 5th. It's going to be our third one this year. And we also request to get the fourth reserved as well. That way we can clear the park and be able to set up the morning of the 5th. We're also requesting the use of the pool from 6 to 8 for free swimming. We've done that in previous years, and it's kind of an extension to our event. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. So.
With the pool, you've already discussed that with the pool management and everything.
I have not personally. I'd have to talk to the chief about that, but I know she's here, and I could talk to her about it here.
Do you have any concerns related to this?
Okay.
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
What's the theme this year?
What's that?
What's the theme this year?
Don't have a theme yet, but we do have shirts picked out in the design. So we actually had our arts camp people do a design for us, and we were able to choose one from all those drawings. So it's a pretty nice one this year too. So it'll be fun.
Great.
I'll second.
Second Kevin's motion.
Oh, okay. It's been moved and seconded to take the National Night Out on August 5th for the PD. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next up, we have the MAC Back to School Night Pool Party request.
My name's Emily Rockwell, and I'm the Youth Advisory Chairperson.
Courtney Porter, back supervisor.
We're requesting for the back to school night to have the fees waived. Our back to school night is on August 14th, and it'll be from 8 to 10. We're just requesting that nobody ever needs to worry about financial issues going for that. I think it's going to be a good night. We've been super eager at our council meetings or committee meetings for this. We're in close communications, obviously, with Courtney about this. I think it's just a good night to be able to get out for back to school night. Yeah.
On this, is it free just for the kids or for the parents and stuff
No,
too?
it'd just be for students.
Yep,
So back to school
7
night.
through 12.
Yeah, just for the students. So we just thought it'd be the opportunity to remove barriers if there's some kids that just, sometimes $3 is tough, so still being able to allow them.
It's kind of a special occasion and
Yes,
a good thing for the MAC and the YAC, all the ACs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Move to approve the request.
Second.
Okay, so moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
Thank you. While you're here, MAC Teen Night request.
Also, we're asking again to remove the fees for a fee waiver for teen night at the pool. This would only be for 9 through 12. It would be on Thursdays. Area pools around us do teen night, and it's very, very, very popular. Most of them have themes. I don't know if we're going to quite jump into that yet, but I think also kicking off next year they can expand more. But I think that it's also a good idea just for, hanging out with your friends. Swimming at night is always a great time. Getting to have access to that and a place to hang out would be awesome.
And when would this start?
We kind of talked about maybe next Thursday, just maybe doing 1 or 2 before, because I know with us having our back to school night, Thursday, that'll be on Thursday, I think is what that is. I feel like that would also kind of tie in. So maybe twice before that. So maybe starting next week and then one at the beginning of the month.
Are Thursdays generally a quieter night or?
It's so.
There's no
hard to
such
tell
thing?
these days. It's so difficult. I try to say it's probably going to be a slow day, and it just never is. Like today, ask Josh. It was a little crazy. Got a little crazy today.
I heard you had some new part-time help. Good luck with
I
that.
do. Like it's been a hit and miss all day. It's been great. We just got a big guard picture with Tony, so he's using his supervisor skills to the max tonight. So he's excited. Got a whistle, got a walkie-talkie. He was on it. So.
All right, are there any questions about this request?
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to approve the request for the MAC High School Teen Night. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
Are we good with the fee waivers then?
Yes.
For that purpose? Just wanted to clarify.
Thank you guys, we
Awesome.
appreciate
Thank
it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up we have the MIH grant agreement for the Kester Block.
Yeah, so obviously this is for the moderate income housing program. This is the grant agreement for that. This is specifically with KHRC, which is Kansas Housing Resource. And then with having to do with the project that Frontier Development Group is doing with the city. So with the apartments above the 900 block on Broadway, which is what we call the Kester Block. That's just for everybody to try to get caught up to speed on that project. Like I said, this is just the grant agreement for this specific money.
Move to approve the MIH grant agreement.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
Thank you. Next up is the Kester Block naming, and I put this into the agenda because there's been some discussion and confusion just among city staff and other people in the community about what the park on the Kester Block is called, which turns out there's a lot of different names for it if you talk to different people, and it's kind of nice to formalize some of what we call things for posterity and for just ease of use and documentation going forward. I know last year we named the pony park down here because it had no name heretofore. We never have named this park officially before. So I kind of laid out in here that it's called various things. It is technically a Rotary Park. I am part of the local Rotary Club. There's been some work done there recently as it's kind of been rediscovered that it is a Rotary Park to repair the gazebo and do some of the other like repairs, a little bit light trimming, tree, or decorating the lilac bushes for Christmas, that sort of thing. And there is some discussion in the Rotary Club whether that should be, they should do more. And take some of that off the city to, you know, keep it being a Rotary Park. But that doesn't mean it needs to be called Rotary Park. I've seen many Rotary Parks that also have other names. Kester Block Park, Santa's Park, Bankers Park. There's been a lot of different names kind of bantied about in regards to it. And I mean, I don't think we need to make a decision tonight necessarily, but I wanted some discussion around what we want to call this park going forward. That block's going to get an increasing amount of attention. It's already more economically vital than it has been for some years. And as you know, more of that work is done and fixed up, and people spend more time there, it would be good to, I think, have a place name for it.
So are we going to put a sign up?
You know, that's something I think we can discuss. Definitely. I mean, I don't know what the right way to do that would be over by the Santa's house, or you know, there's the arbor on the west side. There's, you know, the alley, I guess, on the west side, as well as the access on the south. You could do a small sign, you could do a big sign, you could put it on the gazebo. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways to look at it, but if we did have a name for it, I don't think it would hurt.
It's always been called Kester Block Park or Kester Park, and to keep it like that, because we do have the old Kester House, we do have the Kester Museum, but the Kester commercial buildings are going to be named something else eventually, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't know. I personally like Kester Block Park.
I know Kester Block Park makes more sense. I know there was some concern if it was just called Kester Park that it would be confused with the Kester Gardens because they're separate but neighboring. But I could see that being blocked. What other thoughts, I guess, do people have?
Is this something you take to the community, have a competition, see who can come up with the best name?
Well, yeah, we could do something fun like that, kind of put it out there. And I mean, it's not an emergency to do it. And I mean, I think it would just be nice to do, and if that's something you think appropriate. I mean,
I'm not creative in that way, so I'd be more apt to listening to the community and, you know, seeing what they come up with, and maybe have some better ideas on what I could come up with.
I don't know what the best way is going to be to get that input. And
Yeah.
that's going to be the question, is how do we pull people? But
And I guess my only concern with that is we did that with the pony park, and we still come up with the name Pony Park.
no, you know,
Which is fine.
that's okay.
Yeah.
It's easy to, it's memorable and
Oh, I
easy to
know.
explain to visitors.
I
It's
know.
the one with a pony.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if that's something we can explore, I don't know how we go about. Do you have any brilliant ideas, city administrator?
I mean, really, you could do
Think
more of a campaign. You know, if you really wanted to advertise for it, you could do that.
Pony
Or we
Park
could
Wayne?
use social media.
Did they do a Facebook vote? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And to kind of offset that as well, if you advertise that there's a box or somewhere they could drop things here at City Hall, so that way people don't have social media, they could mail it in or drop it off. I want to make sure, everyone who doesn't have social media.
Mail it in when postage went up yesterday?
Well, they can always
You could call it Postal Park. It's across from the post office.
Drop it in the night box.
I don't know, I just think it'd be fun for the city to get involved.
No, I don't think that's a bad idea at all.
For it.
So I guess, do we want to leave it wide open? Or do we want to give them a list to choose from? You know, there's that,
we're
when they
gonna
tried to
do
name a
it-
ship a couple years ago and they named it Bodie McBoatface. I don't want this to be, you know, something along that vein.
I
But
feel like we have the final say as a group.
Yes.
totally true. We don't have to accept
You
it.
know?
We reserve the right to reject all recommendations.
But you could announce it at the Black Squirrel Night.
There you go.
There you go.
Honestly.
That'd be good.
Yeah. I
Kind
think
of have a
that's
little
good.
park naming thing.
And that might give us enough time to get a sign if a sign's is wanted.
Make a name this park sign and stick it out down
Put it
there.
in the
Get some
park.
attention.
Yeah, you can
With
put
a
a
drop
box
box.
in the park, that's named as
Yeah, put it by the gazebo.
Is the Santa House have a drop box or anything in it? I don't think it has a
I
mail
don't remember if
slot.
it has a mail slot.
Well, it should. I mean, how else do you get your letter to Santa?
Yes.
Post office.
Especially since postage went up.
It's too expensive now.
Okay, well, I think we can kind of work on doing that. We've got a little bit of time, but,
Yeah.
so, fun. I think it's a good way to get a little community buy-in too.
I think a lot of people are gonna say it's Santa's Park.
You know, I
see.
I'd
And it's
never
not
heard
there
it called
yet.
that until I started asking people, and it turns out some people do call it that. I just didn't know that.
When we first moved here, that's what I knew it as, was Santa Park.
And that's because that's where the Santa House has always been.
But we'll see
Yeah, we'll
what
see.
people come up with,
Yeah.
and then we'll probably have a vote, and
You know, it's rational.
Fair enough. All right, sounds good. Next up, we have the Home City Grain 7th Street corridor request. Have you had some conversation with them, Josh?
So, I've actually been
You have.
spearheading this, so
Okay.
I'll take that for you. He's obviously very busy, so he asked me to just kind of bring this to council. So, Home City Grain has leased some of the 7th Street corridor property to the north here. They're gonna be putting grain and stuff there, maybe augers and whatnot. So he's just asking for permission. He does dust control, so he would like to lay down dust control, cause there's gonna be more trucks and stuff, and he doesn't wanna bother everybody down there with a bunch of dust with trucks, and he also wants the ability to lay down rock as needed if the truck's coming down there, you know, hurt the road or spread the rock out or put potholes. He just wants the ability to, you know, maintain the road and put dust control down, so he's being convenient to everybody down here while he's utilizing that.
they are gonna use the road no matter what, so there will, no matter what, be
Right.
dust. So this will help cut that down a little bit.
But how far up does, I mean, the railroad doesn't own except way far, does it?
This is
Yes.
where the roundhouse was.
Right.
So I presume they're gonna use this road?
Yeah, that road, and it'll be like where that alley, right before the big parking lot on the left there, be where they're utilizing
Did
it.
he give an indication of how many trucks we're talking? I mean, is it gonna be like 100 trucks a day?
No,
or-
he said it would be more than we're typically used to, but it's not gonna be a million trucks coming down.
I guess dust control would be real good. My only other concern would be if there's a lot more north-south traffic, there are east-west streets there, and people may not be looking for trucks coming up and down.
How long is it gonna go on? Because when the gravel dash is going on, don't they go up that road?
No,
I don't know what the route is.
To the south of it,
Right.
yeah.
You're going south, Mark, is that correct?
But the half marathon run, they go up.
They go up that.
We actually have our 35-mile finish on the road.
Okay.
Back then.
So we
yeah.
can give them event information, just so he knows to,
I also, I mean, I don't know, it may take an ordinance, I think it does take an ordinance to put in stop signs,
Yep.
but I don't know that some temporary stop signs to stop north-south traffic. I mean, I would say that would be better than
Stop
east-west.
north.
Just make sure the truck stops at Calhoun, truck stops at Carolina. I know that's a pain in the neck, but they're not gonna be going fast anyway, so it
So
shouldn't be.
what route they gonna take to exit though?
Are they in and out on that same road?
Yes.
So they're not coming down 6th Street at all?
But remember, we just approved for St. Gregory's to have their run too.
Yeah, so there will need to be some communication
Yeah.
with them on that, and
And I'm not-
I think Brian will,
Brian, his whole thing with this is he didn't want to be a bother. He understands that he can utilize it's a public road. He's just trying to get ahead of it and be, you know, appreciative that he gets to use it, and he just wants to get ahead of the game to where he doesn't want to cause an inconvenience as little as possible.
and if, with the dust control, I think that's probably better than grain hoppers running up and down 6th Street.
And he's paying for all of this. He's not asking for any money. He just wants the ability to.
And we talked to him about the possibility of putting in some stopping, just to, I've been around enough trucks, sometimes they might be kind of cruising out by the time, I mean, if they're dumping up here, they might have some speed here, that's gonna be a very blind intersection for somebody who's coming this way. I don't wanna see a
Is that by
T-bone.
Bruce's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my biggest concern, because if he's got the dust solved and he's easy to work with, I just want to make sure the trucks are slowed down and we have those intersections
And I'll
safe.
talk with him, make sure that he knows those are the concerns and
Yeah.
with the utilization of other streets and everything.
When is he gonna start hauling in there?
He didn't have a specific date yet.
Okay.
There's,
Probably during corn.
there's still quite a
There's a
work.
little time.
There's a lot of work to be done. He's bringing it, and, you know, electrical and stuff for all the augers
But
and what.
also that means we have time to talk with the police chief
Yes.
about
Right.
different
Yep.
traffic control.
That was
plans
my
in there.
biggest
We don't
concern
need to pass
with that,
through
yeah.
stop signs
'Cause I'm sure-
today, we don't need to.
I'm sure the depot and stuff will be concerned about the dust and probably
Yeah.
Chromie Lumber and everybody else along there, so.
But if he's gonna dump grain, he may be starting sooner than that if he's gonna put grain on the
I
ground.
don't think there's any, I haven't seen any bunkers going in
No,
up
he's
there
not building
yet.
anything. It's all gonna be on the ground.
So it's not even a bunker, it's
No.
just gonna be on the ground?
All on the ground.
Okay,
And weed harvest is, I don't know if it's done.
yeah.
It's
Wow.
done.
It's done.
There won't be no weed going there.
Is this, I mean, gonna be a this year thing, or is this like gonna be a long-term
So,
thing?
he's trying it out this year, and if it works out with the location and everything, there's potential for putting even bins up later, I guess, so. It's just,
If that's the case, then that also changes how we
Yeah,
look at
this is a lot
developing
of-
Seventh Street.
I was gonna say, a lot of downstream
Well, that's
concerns.
just it. If that's long-term, we gotta be very careful about, regardless if it's railroad property, we gotta be very careful about approaching that.
Well, and
Because that could totally blight that whole corridor.
oh yeah.
It totally changed.
We've had a lot of design plans for that corridor, but none of them involved regular semi-traffic.
No,
Or grain bins
right.
at the
and,
end.
you know, and
mean-
if that's the case, I'm sure he'll work with us and decide.
Let's,
to do
yeah,
I think we need
let's
more.
definitely have more conversation.
We need more conversation
Yeah,
before
with the
we.
PD and everybody else, but I'm glad, I mean, they're getting in front of it, and the dust control's a good start on that too, so.
He just wants the ability to spray dust control and maintain the road at his cost while he's trying it this year.
So, I mean, do we need
For
to-
this year.
Yeah.
Or for this request, though.
Do we need to make a decision on this tonight? Do we need to send this down to the street committee to answer questions?
I think we need to send this down to the chief of police
PD?
first
Okay, well, that can,
and see what their concerns are.
his chief back.
This week.
Because, I
Sometime,
mean,
right?
Yeah.
I assure you, those guys aren't gonna drive 10 mile an hour.
That's why I'm
Leaving the
asking about
property.
stop signs. Yeah, I work with truckers every day.
I want to
Okay.
say Wednesday.
And does the depot have anything coming up that it would hinder,
The spaghetti.
The gravel
supper
for
dash.
the gravel dash?
And I don't know if it's gonna be in and out all day, or it's gonna be mostly in the mornings. It's kinda hard to tell, cause I don't know what's,
It's the first year,
Yeah.
he doesn't have, I'm sure, any idea of how it's gonna work yet. He's still in the planning stages.
Well, once harvest starts, it'll be all day long.
Yeah,
I'm just shocked as
So
anything
probably
that
10 o'clock?
he got a deal out of UP on doing this.
exactly.
I would wanna get some guidance from the police, and
Yeah, okay.
this could turn into something that a lot of people might not like in a hurry.
I guess if you can get with
Yeah.
chief and come back to
I'll give
us.
him some information, that way he
Okay.
can get started looking
But
at it.
I
and
mean,
then
he's
we'll have
allowed to
the-
use the road, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do we need to wait on to decide if he can spray or put rock down? I mean,
Well-
why do we need to wait for the police chief?
Well, we don't allow semis to go down other streets in town, right?
Currently, they go on 7th Street and park on 7th Street.
Doesn't mean it's right.
I know.
I want to, the speed of the traffic, the north-south traffic is my biggest concern to tap, that's my biggest concern to tap the brakes. I mean, if we need to look at putting in, an ordinance to create stop signs, and I'm more worried about going south, the empties, than the ones going north, because it's gonna take a while to get up to speed if you're hauling, but that's pretty tight quarters for a lot of semi-traffic, and if it does take off and it's, trucks meeting, yeah, I mean, I'm always cautious of the unforeseen ramifications of some of these decisions. That's my only concern. I want to talk to the chief if he's got concerns on the traffic control side. And I mean, unless there's nothing I guess we can do to keep him from going there right now, but we would
That's all I'm
appreciate him
saying.
working with us, giving us a little bit of time to allay concerns. That's it. Seem reasonable? I mean, if we aren't gonna meet for 2 weeks, but
This is only, I doubt anything's gonna happen for 2 weeks, but
I was
if it
gonna
happens
say.
next week, there's not gonna be any dust control if we decide. That's all I'm saying. This isn't a request to use the road, it's a request to put dust control and put rock down as needed.
right,
So
well.
no matter what, he can use the road.
He
That's all I'm
can, but
saying.
we would
That's what-
appreciate him working with us.
No,
Yeah.
Well,
we
and
can
you
talk.
know, KDOT doesn't like that intersection, so.
No, they don't.
There's a lot of,
There's a lot of stakeholders. No, we just we want to work with him. We just want to make sure we're being cautious. That's my message.
So do we want to go ahead and allow him to put down dust control and rock?
I think we need to get some questions answered
Yeah,
first.
I don't want to, I mean, I'd take free dust control literally anywhere.
Yeah.
But I don't want the message to be that we're approving the whole thing either necessarily yet. I want us to be a little cautious. Yeah.
But I guess my question is, what are we approving? He can use the road, right? There's
Yes,
no law
unless
that
we,
he can't
unless
use
we
it.
say he can't, yes, he can.
Right.
Yeah, the default is yes. But it's, I think hazardous without some caution. And I'm sure he doesn't want anything to happen either that'd reflect badly on them. But, if he's hiring a lot of contractors, it's hard to verify every truck driver's gonna, do what they're supposed to
I'm not
do.
exactly sure he's gonna be hiring anybody. I'm sure it's gonna be his
Is it all
guy.
his crews? It's gonna be,
Yes.
okay, I thought maybe he's gonna have some outside contracted hoppers.
So his guys are gonna be hauling in the grain.
That's what I believe, yes. I can clarify, but
So
he made
the
no
farmer's
mention
gonna
of
cut the grain, take it somewhere, unload it into one of his trucks, and then he's gonna haul it up there.
Yes,
Here and dump.
Yeah.
dump it and then auger it back in and haul it off.
Are they loading it onto cars out there? Are they loading trains?
I do know that the UP is hauling his dust control into there. The-
It's like
the
a
chemical.
de facto transload site.
We need
going.
some more information on it, because I can't see a farmer taking his
Well, that's why I
product
said, I
somewhere
mean, if
to
we,
dump it, to have it reloaded,
I'm
to
not
haul it out
against us
there.
having
But they would
committee
also have
meeting
to
here.
transport a scale out there.
Yeah, they have to get a scale out there, I mean,
If it's not, if it's not one of their people
Yeah.
driving. If it's the farmer's people driving.
we need
you'd have
more
to-
information on the proposal.
Yeah, if we can get more information and we can be as quick and nimble as we want. That's why I said, if we want to have a committee meeting, whether it's a street committee meeting or a police and fire committee meeting or whatever, to ask these questions so that the next meeting we are ready to say, yeah, we just want these things to happen. We'd like this to happen. I think we should do that. We've got time. If you want to talk to, do you think this is more appropriate? We've got questions for Chief. Is it more appropriate to be a police committee meeting or is it more appropriate to be a street committee meeting? To me, it's more street with input from the police because it's a street question.
That's okay. You're the one that brings it to the assigned committee.
Well,
so-
I say we send this to the committee meeting for further discussion and clarification. If you can get with
Yeah.
the chief before
Yeah.
then we can talk about it.
I'll
And
also
we can
wanna talk
also,
with our street
we can invite,
supervisor anyway.
we can make time for Brian to come and be at that meeting. I think it'd be good to have that conversation. We'd just be transparent and communicative. That work?
Yeah,
You can help arrange that since
you
you're the
let me know when
liaison?
the meeting is and I'll get the
Okay.
information to you.
I think we could even go do it in Home City for all I
But if
care.
any of the other council members have questions or concerns, make sure you email those questions to the street committee meeting so that they have the
Yeah,
questions
send
to
them,
be answered.
send them to Sammy to be on the call. Or just so that we have that list and we're not violating anything would be great. Okay?
But you'll have a street committee meeting before the next meeting.
Yes. And you'll have information from chief. We'll hopefully, that way by the next meeting, we'll have our marching orders kind of together. And this gives a chance to, if people in the community do watch this or read the minutes, they can reach out to us as well. Sound good? Okay. Next up, we have the RFP for the alley project by City Hall. So this is one, there's been some discussion. Napa down here has issues with the alley being asphalt and breaking up extremely bad behind their business, makes it almost impossible for them to unload trucks. They've had forklift equipment dump pallets and almost tip over.
Trucks get stuck too.
Trucks, yeah. So it's not a very good situation. So Jesse Edwards, the owner, has been very good about communicating his concerns to us and trying to work with us on finding a solution. I know he's talked to me and he's talked to Will, and we've all kind of walked the alley, and our committee went down and we walked the alley to see. It is very chunked up. I'd say the west 2/3 of it is really bad. The section here on the east is the best of it. There is I want to call it a gully, but it's a lay down curb, I guess, from the fire hall west on the north side of the road, or north side of the alley. It is also uplifted in the center, so it does not drain all the way to the alley. It stops, and you can see where the gravel's gathered, so where it's not draining correctly either. So we reviewed possible options for redoing the alley. And the committee's recommendation was to do the entirety of the alley and the lay-down curb as well, to solve the drainage issue while we're solving it in large. But we were going to discuss with the business owners that join the alley to be participatory, 50% participatory based on the frontage footage of their business. In other words, if you have, the city would be a significant portion of the frontage because of City Hall here. But half of it divided out, it makes it a lot more palatable to each of these businesses. They'll all have a better access. This will allow not only him, but Schrollers, the gym, the Landall's property here, all to have a better access and better drainage, especially as we look toward doing, the 7th Street corridor project down the line. This also feeds into that. So are there questions regarding this discussion and this potential project?
Have we reached out to all the business owners?
We have not yet. We're still in the calculation phase for figuring out exactly how much area they would have. And then, of course, breaking that down then further to figure out their portion if they were to agree to it.
Is this gonna be happening this year or next year? Or?
We put no later than November 28th this year. We would hope that we'd be able to get this out as soon as council okays it, and then also figure out the portion within that time frame.
Right now, they're laying down planks and doing a lot of hand unloading to get into Napa, so it definitely would be a project that would benefit them immediately. And I know we've made a point of wanting to support our local businesses in these projects. We've set precedent with Car Wash down here west, the Eye Doctor, and others doing cost share programs with businesses. So that way there's, everybody's got a little skin in the game, but we can kind of, tackle the hard backside of the project together for these businesses.
So we're just asking to approve for it to go out as an RFP.
Yes.
Move to approve the RFP.
Second. Fine.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
And part of that, when we do receive an RFP, before the council has to make any decision, we're gonna have a consensus from the property owners before we have to make a decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
The council will know what it's like, and then we'll also see what the bid is. The council would have to accept the bid at that point then.
Right.
Or,
The
other
council and the
Yes.
other entities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, is there any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
Thank you. Next up, we have the notice of revenue neutral rate intent. We had the budget meeting. I don't know if Josh, you're probably better at explaining this than me, although I think everybody's probably got somewhat a grasp on it by now.
Yes, so the city has sent their revenue neutral rate every single year based on last year's revenues for property taxes. Then the city has the ability to either send out the intent to increase it from that rate, or not send out anything and potentially approve the budget after a hearing. If the city is going to send out an intent to exceed the revenue neutral rate, then we have to have a hearing on that intent, and then we have to have a hearing for the budget if both were to go well. And there's votes for both of those. So last year, we did go ahead and exceed it, and we did also then approve the budget based on that exceeding.
But we did the hearings one after the other at the same meeting. didn't
Yes,
we?
yep, and we would still have that ability as long as we still go in that order.
Correct.
If we mix up the order, then we have different problems with the state. So one thing that I sent out to all the council members, and then that was sent out on Saturday, was the budget summary, which goes over what exactly we are looking to exceed it by. And so we did propose an estimated tax rate of 68.418. This was based on our numbers and then the minor changes that happen within the state form. So it is very similar to what was seen on Thursday. And that is comparison to the revenue neutral rate, which was 62.710. So.
And the last year's rate was?
69.480. And the year before was 68.582.
Biggest difference being the increase in property evaluation,
Yes.
Yep.
but also if we were to not exceed it, we would lower the money coming into the city. And it would make it that much more difficult to move forward with some of these projects, being infrastructure, just improvements of quality of life in the community. So I think that was
One thing that was in the proposed budget was a full-time code enforcement officer.
Yep.
If we were to go back down to the revenue neutral rate, I believe we would have to cut the budget like close to $230,000.
And we've kind of, coalesced around the idea that a full-time code enforcement officer is not a want, it's a need in this community. I think a lot of people who don't agree on much can agree on that. So this.
But it's not a $240,000 position.
No, correct.
either.
Thanks, yeah. No, but like Jeff said, this will, we are working on projects, whether the Norda Storm Sewer, whether it's 10th Street, whether it's 11th Road, 12th Road, Keystone. We've got.
7th Street.
Yes,
corridor.
there's a lot of projects that will demand some attention, and the only way we can kind of keep making the progress that we're in the middle of is to make sure that we maintain the ability to do that, and that's why we're doing this.
So we need to make a motion to accept this and to set the hearing?
You need to make a motion to, for the intent.
To proceed with the
exceeding
intent?
And with the hearing taking place at this date.
On August 25th?
Yes.
Okay, I make a
At
motion
7 p.m.
that we approve the city's intent to exceed the revenue neutral rate, have a hearing for that on August 25th, 2025 at 7 p.m. here at City Hall, and the budget hearing will be after.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
Thank you.
The proposed budget will be at City Hall. That is on the budget summary, where individuals can come look at it if they are interested in the budget. We will gladly go over it with anybody that comes in and has questions about it.
So now we need to set the budget hearing
Yep.
for, what time, 7:15?
You should be able to do it.
7:05.
Yeah.
Okay, make a motion to set the budget hearing for August 25th, 2025 at 7:05 p.m. here at City Hall again.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion?
So if we have the first hearing at 7, what if 500 people show up and it goes
That's
till
okay.
7?
That's okay. You can,
Well, then that's a fun night.
yep. This just means that if one person shows up and they only talk for 2 minutes, then you can still start at 7:05. If we were to set it for 7:30, one person shows up, they stop talking at 7:05, you have to wait 25 minutes during an open meeting. discussing nothing,
Good,
basically.
good point.
Thank you.
Okay, is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
Thank you. All right, next up we have the consent agenda.
Move to approve consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
7-0.
Thank you. We have appropriations ordinance 3851.
Move to approve appropriation ordinance number 3851 in the amount of $642,226.89.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call?
Snellings,
Yes.
Ferris,
Yes.
Barron's,
Yes.
Keating,
Yes.
Beichman,
Yes.
Drum,
Yes.
Schrader,
Yes.
7-0.
Thank you. Next we have city administrator report. Josh?
Yeah, so for 11th Road, RLT Men is working on 11th Road right now, as we all know, and they're making progress. They're about 33% of the way done right now. So it is a little bit less than what we were expecting by now, but they were delayed due to the rain back at the end of June. So that's where we're at the moment. I don't have an expected end date quite yet. And then later this week, we'll be meeting with Carlson Utility and CES about the 15th Street Storm Sewer Project to try to identify a start date, make sure that we have all the contract information, and then of course make sure that we get that out to our loan group that we got the loan from. And then finally, we are working currently on the childcare issue in town. We're continuing to have meetings about that to try to figure out some kind of solution. And we'll hope to have a couple potential solutions in the next few months surrounding that, after we have some important meetings with the state and with individual providers as well.
That's good news.
I saw a blurb from Governor Kelly that they're trying to double the child care in Kansas, and they were gonna have a lot of money available, so.
We
Oh,
will
they're trying to double,
look into
like,
that.
the money they get out.
Yep. I know we're already planning on talking to different groups within the state. So as long as we're able to find out where they're exactly getting the money, and I'm sure we will be able to get that.
I'll have to find it.
That's all I had.
All right, thank you, Josh. You're going to report on your vacation?
No.
We did have a few standing committees that met. The Youth Advisory Committee met or just before this meeting. They're working on, projects you've already seen as far as back to school night, teen night. They've also going to maybe start working with the local Rotary Club on doing maybe a fifth quarter event tied to one of the local football games, just trying to build more connections with local community groups to kind of do more and leverage those connections. It was discussed at the meeting that I think we as council people should start thinking about ways we can put them to work for the community in our own right. I told them it can't all be event planning. We've got to actually do some hard work. There's a lot more to it. So if you've got ideas for something you'd like to see them discuss, feel free to bring that out at a meeting, or you send that to Sammy and it can be put on the call for their next meeting.
When is their next meeting? Because I didn't know they met tonight.
I thought they changed it to Tuesday nights.
It's August 11th.
At 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Here.
So,
Yeah.
And they might have a meeting before then based on how the planning goes for their back to school night, August 14th.
I
They do?
think,
Can you send out an email?
Yes.
I think there's a lot of projects and things that we do that we haven't had their input from the youth, and I think we should solicit more of that. So I think they're kind of getting their feet under them now, and they're getting very efficient with those meetings. So I hate to see those really short 20-minute meetings. We've got to find some more.
Are they ready? Because we could probably come up with.
I think they are. I mean,
ages, so.
they're very interested in one of the things. I mean, they're putting screws to Josh about finding what KDOT's gonna let us do as far as some of the parking and safety issues. I mean, there's a lot of that affects them every day. And these
They
are
work
things.
on the speed limit change there? I know
That's
they're
what we're
talking-
still
working
getting
on that?
information on, yep.
And I mean, as far as, on Walnut Street as well, and we're at Walnut and 11th, and some issues there, and I think, we can put that to them, especially when school starts. This is the kind of thing where they might be able to go out amongst their cohort and get a lot of information for us and get some buy-in. So put that in your mind as something we can bring it to the next meeting, we can kind of discuss, and then we can throw it at them for their next meeting after that. Since they only meet every other, that gives us a little bit of time to dwell on it. But no, they've been doing great. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it in the community. They're working with One Marysville, they're working with the pool. I think that they're on a good track. We also had a street committee meeting. We discussed the alley over here. We're doing the RFP there. And the water sewer committee met regarding the lagoon wetlands and issues as far as around the lagoons, the erosion. I think we were waiting to get numbers back, as I recall.
Yep.
Numbers and
Numbers as
specific
far as
materials.
planting, and with the seed mix and
Planting,
things
yeah.
to do some of those repairs. So nothing to,
Fill in.
yeah, nothing to handle there yet. We also discussed some other stormwater issues around town, adding a few more to the list. This is why there's a stormwater utility fund, is because we're gonna have this list, but this gives us the ability to start tracking and attacking. So I think that's it. If any of those committee members, did we miss anything there? No?
Nothing to think of.
I see no appointments nor wage determinations. We have no city attorney with us this evening. Does anyone see a need for an executive session?
I do on property.
Okay. How long are we gonna need, Keith? Property acquisition?
No.
Property disposal?
Yeah.
I don't think we can discuss.
Yeah, we
property.
can't
I
discuss
just want
that.
to talk about a certain, like an easement. If we
That
vacate
would
part
be
of
an-
an easement.
I don't think we can do that in executive
be
session. We have to do it in the open.
Okay, I'll do it in open.
And with our attorney not.
And with our
here.
attorney not here, let's err on the side of caution. Yeah.
Okay, 11th Terrace, you guys know where that is? When it goes up the subway. Anyway, the easement is from 36 all the way to cornfield back there. Okay. Well, Steve O'Neill bought the county's property back there, and he's tearing up part of that easement and making it into farm ground. And I just want to know if we could just end that easement up to a certain point, not, because Camp-Clip owns a good portion of that ground where Barron's is farming. So there's not going to be any more growth back there.
It's is it a utility easement or what?
Road easement?
Yeah.
Is it what?
Road
A
easement.
road.
Well, isn't it both, road and utilities?
I don't know.
So he already dozed that out, scraped it out, and took part of that easement out. They're going to farm over.
Well, the easement's always there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we need to remove the easement? I mean, nobody's gonna live forever.
Yeah, I mean,
Is it our easement
see
or
that.
was it the county's
It would
easement?
be our easement, I believe, for 11th Terrace. I don't remember the documents. I mean, I remember us
Hey, can we
doing
put this
it.
on the agenda for next meeting
can
and get
maybe
the documents and the,
bring
how
it-
the easements are and what they are, like everything, so we know what's.
Yeah, I'm sure can you pull that together and,
Yeah.
because I mean, we can discuss that for sure
And
if it's being torn out.
I mean,
If-
that's
if
what he
he's
wants to do,
asking
then,
for-
I mean,
Is he asking for it, or is it just something you're thinking about?
He's done,
I mean,
bulldozed everything.
we've had discussions already.
Well, there was nothing there to be.
Yeah, but the easement isn't actual
It's harder to get
land,
back.
It's just a
Right,
line, yeah.
right, right,
Probably ties you
right.
into North Street.
I think it's 1,286 feet from the highway to the very north end. And he
So that's about Juniper Road, probably.
I would bet.
Yeah, in case they wanted to go all the way through.
Right. I mean, without knowing more, my instinctive inclination is to leave it alone, but we can definitely get all of it in front of us.
if we wanna get out of that part where he's gonna farm, that's, I mean,
It's irrelevant what he does with it, we still have the easement.
right,
Right,
but he's thinking it's his.
Well, it's his property with an easement on
with
it.
an easement on it, yes,
It's kind of like a gas line going through there.
yeah.
There's a gas line easement, but it's your property. You can do what you want to unless the gas company says, I gotta dig it up.
For a gas line, yeah.
Right. And that's where it comes, is if something happens and we have to dig something up out there, then he won't be happy, but it's still our easement.
Right,
And you don't wanna give up that easement.
Right.
We will look further into it, see if it's partial utility or if it's just road, just so that way we know if we have infrastructure already around there. If we do have infrastructure in there as in utilities,
Not that far up.
then we'll wanna make sure to have
Disney
at least up to
partnership
there.
with Grove was gonna build lots and stuff
Yeah.
back there.
Right.
But they found out they don't own that property,
Uh-huh.
or they can't own it, let's put it that way.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's get more information and then we can discuss it from there. So, does anyone have a need for an executive session?
Nope.
Okay. Go to council comments. Lori,
I got nothing today,
nothing at all.
nothing at all.
All right, Sheree,
I don't have anything either. It's been a quiet week.
2 strikes. Colleen, what do you have for us?
I'm going to read what I saw. Kansas parents shouldn't have to choose between going to work and finding affordable childcare. That's why we're supporting providers and expanding capacity faster than ever. We're on track to add more childcare slots in the next 2 years than we have in the last 15. So when I saw that, I thought that was promising.
Oh, yeah. I know one of her major focuses, as far as what she's put out, is childcare, so I'm not too surprised, yeah.
Anything else?
Yep, that's it.
Jeff?
The evening traffic and late night traffic and weekend traffic on the 11th Road project is getting out of hand for non-residents. They're seeing a lot of side-by-sides, four-wheelers. Somebody drove a Jeep through R.J. Vogelsberg's yard.
Like they're driving in the construction zone?
Yeah, they're going down the construction zone, then jumping out of it, and then going around just because they want to. So I think it's something that we probably need to police a little bit. I know the residents, they're living with the fact that a lot of them are driving through their yard to get out of there. But the idea that people don't live there, that are driving through there and taking shortcuts, they don't appreciate that.
It's a
So,
detour, it shouldn't be there anyway.
yeah.
Right.
Well, there's enough room obviously they're leaving enough room through the barricades for the residents to get in.
Right.
And everybody else just assumes that, well, I can go down there and get the
They don't need
CJs
any
or.
more looky-loos going
Huh?
down through there.
Right, yeah. So that's the only thing
Traffic only if you live there.
All
Do we
right.
have a sign like that?
yeah, there's a road closed sign.
Well, I mean, but that says local traffic only.
I don't know if people
I
debate that
don't think the
anymore.
time of day that people are doing this, it's not, they're not paying attention to signs.
We can talk to.
We need
the
more
police
trail
department
cams,
and
yeah.
See if they can.
Cancer cameras? Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, sometimes I feel like we just need a fleet of trail cams. All right,
That's all I have.
thanks. Keith?
Oh, one more thing.
Every
late.
time,
I gotta do this one.
every time.
So the fireworks ordinance reads, as you cannot shoot fireworks off any city right-of-way, which would be a street. I'm gonna assure you that 95% of all the fireworks shot in proper Marysville, Kansas, were shot off a street this year. It's the truth. It's been that way forever. You don't wanna shoot them next to your house. You go out on the street and then you pick them up that night and you move on. But it might be something to think about on an ordinance or maybe educating the public a little bit more. So,
Agreed.
leave it at that.
I'm gonna jump on that and remind people that the window of fireworks being fired off is closed. If you're
Yeah.
firing them off like last night,
Oh, really?
you're breaking the
They were,
Two of them.
shook the
Last night or
pictures
tonight?
off the wall.
last night.
Literally.
I think out in my community, they cut it off about 10:30 on the night of the 4th.
Yeah.
But they were shooting them on the night of the 4th on the streets, and we got a very nice visit from somebody, and tried to de-escalate the situation, but I got a message to make sure I bring that up, so that's what I did.
I'd have to say it was a calmer year than I was expecting, honestly.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd say I saw more trash maybe than I'm used to seeing. I saw a lot of people leaving their fired ones in the ditch. And I'm like, that's gonna wash down into our storm sewers and plug crap up. So that's unfortunate, but I agree. I'd say by and large, I thought it could have been worse.
I was just surprised, I really was.
So.
Years previous, it just seemed like there was a lot more of it going off during the debs.
Great. Keith?
Nope.
Chris?
Been to a couple of the student advisory committees. I'll tell you, it's pretty impressive to watch those kids and the way they interact with each other, the discussion topics they come up with. I don't know, I'm very, very impressed with how they're handling things and moving along, coming up with great ideas. I'm impressed with them. It's fun to watch and to see our youngsters getting involved in it and, coming up with good ideas.
Maybe one of them will wanna run from council.
I'll be very disappointed if in the next 20 years, one of them doesn't end up here, so.
They already look like they could be sitting up
And-
there, a couple,
and-
honestly.
And I kind of jumping onto that, I want to give credit to our city staff sitting up here because I think they do a really good job of helping guide and mold. It's like some of them might have had a degree in teaching or something, guiding them through some of the documentation and rules and things. I really appreciate it, and I think the community does as well. So kudos there. That's all you had.
That's it.
All right, I didn't have anything else.
Move to adjourn?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Or adjourned.
We're gonna get out here.